Welcome to Chisholm Trail 61. Today we're going to be doing an old-fashioned southern dish. It's called Southern Poor Man's Steak. And I'm going to show you how to do that coming up right now. Okay, first thing we're going to need, we got 2 pounds of ground beef in our bowl here. We got 1 sleeve of regular saltine crackers. We're going to take these crackers and open them up, and we're going to put them in this freezer bag here. I'll just drop them down in there. What we're going to do with these, we're just going to crush them up as best we can. They don't have to be really fine, but we're going to crush them up as best we can. We're going to get all the air out of there that we can, because we don't want it to bust open on us by the time we get them crushed. We're just going to mash them down. Mash them around, then we're going to let a little bit more of that air out of there. Just roll them up. Get them crushed up real fine. You can use Ritz crackers, you could use breadcrumbs, but the saltine crackers to me in this recipe just taste a little bit better. We're just going to dump the whole pack in on top of our ground beef. All right, here we got half teaspoon of salt, half teaspoon of pepper, half teaspoon of garlic powder, half teaspoon of onion powder, half teaspoon of Italian seasoning, half teaspoon of paprika, I'm using smoked paprika, and a 1/4 teaspoon of the cayenne pepper. And we're just going to dump all that in. And we got 1 cup of milk we're going to dump in with it. I'm just going to set all that over out of the way. And I'm going to put on some gloves here, because we're fixing to get into it and get it all mixed up real well. Now what we'll do, we're going to put these are wind up in a gravy after we get them all done. And I'm going to show you how to do your gravy and how to fix them up in your patty. We'll be baking them in a 9x13 casserole dish. This has become one of my favorite meals. Just quick and easy. You probably got 99% of the ingredients in your house already. Called the poor man's steak. It don't cost a lot of money to fix it. And like I said, most of the ingredients you probably got in your house anyway. So, poor man's steak from back in the day, it's a recipe probably that goes back years and years. They may not have had all the seasonings and stuff in it back in the Depression days, but the recipe probably goes back as far as the Depression days. We want to get this mixed up really well. Once we get it all mixed up really well, we're just going to take us a chunk of it. We're just going to form it into a way I do mine. I like to just form it into a good tight ball, and then we're just going to press it out into a patty. We're going to leave it about that thick. I'll put it on a plate here. We're going to get us another chunk of meat. Going to form us a good ball there with it. We're going to press it into a patty. And when these are done, they'll be so tender, it'll just about melt in your mouth. I mean, they're so tender. These are. Real simple, quick recipe here. A tip to remember, on that plate there where I'm setting my patties, I took some pan cooking spray and I sprayed that plate with the cooking spray. So what that'll do, that'll keep your patties from sticking to the plate when you go to pick them up. They won't break on you. Because sometimes, patties, they'll put them on a plate, they want to stick to the plate. And then whenever you go to pick them up, they want to break. Well, what that'll do, that'll keep them from sticking on the plate where when you pick them up, they won't break, fall apart on it. We're going to have one little one here, but that's okay. We make it work just as good as the others. All right, we're going to set that aside. We're going to take these gloves off. We're going to set all this aside out the way. What we got here, we got 1 cup of flour in the bowl. We got a half teaspoon of salt and half a teaspoon of pepper. We're just going to dump that in. We're going to sift this through real good. Get it mixed up real good. And then we're going to move over to the stove, and we'll meet you over at the stove there in just a second. Okay, we got about a tablespoon of grease in our skillet here. Got it hot, heating up. We're going to put us about 2 tablespoons of butter in the skillet. We're just going to stir them around. You can see our skillet's good and hot. We're just going to let our butter melt in there with that. Now what we're going to do, we're going to take our hamburger patties and our flour. We're just going to dip our hamburger patties in our flour. We're going to get it coated all the way around. Make sure we get our hamburger patties coated good. And then we're just going to lay them over in our skillet. And we're only going to cook these in the skillet for about 4 or 5 minutes on each side. We're not going to cook them all the way through. We only want to get them just browned on the outside is all we want. We just want to coat our meat patties, lay them in the skillet. I'm trying to get these bigger ones first, and then I'll get that little one there at the end. But you just want to be sure that you get your patty coated good with the flour, so that does make a difference. I'm going to get about 4 of them in my skillet. What we're going to do, like I said, we're going to do about 4 or 5 minutes on each side. And, let each side get brown a little bit. And then whenever we get that done, we'll bring you back. Okay, we got our oven heated to 350 degrees. We got our meat brown here. Just got finished browning. You can see how it's brown. What we're going to do, it's nowhere near done now. We're just going to lay it out in a 9 by 13 casserole dish. Like I said, it's nowhere near eating stage right now. So, I wouldn't eat it at this point. But we just got a brown coating on each side. Is what we done. And now we're going to fix up our gravy. We're going to try to make that one set down in there a little bit where we can get all of them into one dish. There we go. Now, we got them in a 9 by 13 casserole dish. I'm going to take this glove off. Get rid of it. I'm going to get a bowl over here. What we got here, we got 2 cans of cream of chicken soup. It's what I like to use. Now, you can use any cream soup. You can use mushroom. You can use celery. You can use any kind of cream soup. But 2 cans of cream soup. Like I said, I'm using the cream of chicken soup because that just happens to be what I like it with. But you whatever kind you like, that's what you use. If you want to use 1 can of chicken and 1 can of mushroom, you can do that. Just as long as you got 2 cans of any flavor cream soup. No limit on the mixture you can do with it. Just whichever best for you, what you like the best, that's what to go with. I'm going to throw them away. All right, I got 1 tablespoon of parsley. I'm just going to sprinkle in there. And then I got 1 cup of milk I'm going to pour in. And I'm just going to take a whisk. And I'm just going to gently whisk that together because I don't want to splash it all over me. But this is going to make our gravy here. You can see how I'm just going to whisk it together here. Just until it gets smoothed out some and gets mixed together real good. That parsley is going to give it a little color and it's going to give it a little bit extra flavor is what it's going to do. You see how it's starting to smooth out and gel together there now. So, and what we want to do, we're just going to pour our gravy right on top of our meat in the casserole dish. And like I said, now this meat is not completely done. It's nowhere near where I would be willing to eat it. At this point, we just browned the, put a crust on it is what we did. We didn't cook it per se. It's just got a crust on it and that's it. You just want to put the whole 2 cans into your 9x13 casserole dish there. Want to get all that goodness out of that bowl there. We don't want to leave anything. We're going to set that over out of the way. And we're going to take tinfoil. We're going to cover it in tinfoil. And we're going to put this in the oven, in a 350-degree oven, for anywhere from 40 to 50 minutes, depending on your oven. My oven cooks a little slow, so I'll probably leave it in there about 50 minutes. But we'll bring you back when we take it out of the oven. Okay, it's been about 50 minutes and we're going to take it out of the oven there. You'll see we're taking it out of the oven and we're going to bring it over and set it down and we're going to show you what it looks like. You see, when you go to take your tinfoil off there, always be sure to take that tinfoil off away from you because of the steam coming up on it. And you can see what it looks like. It looks good, done all the way through, good gravy. Please like, subscribe to our channel. We appreciate you watching.